Hey guys, I just wanted to do a quick video on different boards. Just because today I got to ride 20 miles, all the uphills, downhills, my house, and I've been riding my own DIY skateboard, the 5,000 watt Mad Max Mini that I built. The dual 6355 motors are pretty powerful, and I've been riding that for almost like a week straight, and then I went back to all my boards. Like I rode the Vestar Blackhawk today. I rode the Ownboard, Bamboo, uh, and I rode the Meepo. And man, when I first start off, when I start my videos, always start from my house, and this hill is 30% grade, and right away I can tell how fast that board is. But after riding my DIY board, 5,000 watts, for a week, and then going back to Vestar and Ownboard, and they feel so much slower, and I'm going so much slower. Just because it's just way more powerful. The problem with not it's not a problem. Vestar, Blackhawk, they're going to give you plenty of top speed. Those boards are great. But I also noticed that double kingpin trucks. My new board, the Mad Max Mini, now has just regular trucks, and it is so much better for going faster. That's another reason I can go also much faster, especially downhills. I can go way faster on my Mad Max Mini because I don't have the double kingpin trucks. I mean, the Vestar's pretty good, and I notice now I can all these bombs. I can bomb it on my Vestar. Before I couldn't do full throttle going downhill. I mean, 30% grade, but now I'm just going downhills and full throttle on the Vestar Ownboard. And double kingpin trucks, they okay on my Vestar. I've replaced the bushings, but if you want to absolutely go faster than 25 miles per hour, I don't know why would you want to on, but once you start, building your own boards, you just because this board I still haven't took full throttle. It's just when you build your own really powerful board, you never take it to full throttle. It's like you have a Porsche, and you're not gonna just burn out every time. You're not gonna go at 100 miles per hour, but the acceleration is so much faster, and it just over time riding, you get faster and faster naturally. When you ride faster boards, you just learn to go faster on downhill. So now when I go downhills, I can bomb it without worrying, because I can carve downhill without even hitting the accelerator, for example, and I can go really fast. Just like the greatest thing about electric skateboards compared to regular longboards, if you want to go downhill longboard, you're gonna have to learn to slide, and that's really hard to learn, and that's very dangerous because you crash and you're just gonna flip over. So electric skateboarding allows you to go fast downhill, and when you think you're going too fast, you can simply hit the brakes, so that way you don't have to slide. So what I do is I go as fast as I can, that I can safely, and I carve, and I feel really great. It just feels like snowboarding. And then as soon as I I feel like I'm going too fast, I can't control it, I just hit the brake a little bit and control my speed and keep going downhill. So it's almost like longboard downhill without having to slide, and you get to enjoy those downhills. So really love it. Back to Vestar Blackhawk and Ownboard. Just going uphill. Like if you don't live on hills, you're not gonna have problems. But the Ownboard and the Vestar, the throttle curve with the Hobby King, it's set very slow. So it starts out real slow and it slowly accelerates. Now that keeps everything safe. That's gonna keep everything smooth. But for those of you who want extra power, you'll definitely want to go the DIY route, because I have my Vesc set so the ramp time is 0.1 seconds, which means it goes as fast as it can. So if you live on like steep hills like I do, when you go uphill, you can go faster. I mean, obviously, because uphill you can't even go full speed. So really like that I can go much faster up hills now. I didn't notice, but my board goes like twice faster than anything that has like a Hobbywing ESC. So Hobbywing ESC does have its limits. I mean, I've been riding electric skateboards now for almost almost 8 months, 9 months. So once you start, if you're just a beginner, you want to get into it, it's much safer to go with something like Hobbywing. It's going to be very smooth. But once you start riding more, you're going to want more speed. Then you'll definitely want to go the DIY route, or I guess there's some faster boards, but none of these boosted boards, evolved boards, Vestar, none of these consumer boards are gonna go fast enough for you. Maybe if you go like Trampa, but I don't like Trampa because the battery box on top is ugly. But if you want to absolutely, control your throttle curve, because I can control how fast it accelerates, I can control how fast it brakes. It's really easy to do with Vesc, the open source electronic speed controller. Yeah, so I'm really happy with my board because I've been testing it. I crashed on it, you guys know. I almost killed myself. My neck was sprained a little bit, so I took a couple days off. I got the first day back, I was just going really slow. The video I uploaded the other day, but now I'm going really fast again, so I feel good. I'm wearing the full gear now, so my board runs flawless. I'm the 12S 2P with the Vesc 4.20 runs flawless 6355. So I'm gonna build a faster board with 637 for now, because I can absolutely use the power, especially going up hills. Maybe not flat ground, but like I said, I live on these steep hills, and you just can't have, I just like that acceleration, let's say. But I'll definitely, I'm gonna definitely make a whole video while I'm making it. I'm gonna do a part series, so watch that if you want to build your own board. It's basically gonna be two 6374 flip ski motors with flip ski 6.60 plus. That'll give me 100 amps per motor. For battery, I'm going to use the same battery, 12S2P setup. Not the same battery pack, but I'm building another one. That should give me about the same range as my current board, but because of the larger motor, it's just going to go much faster, accelerate much quicker. And I'm going to also put it on a slightly larger board, so I'm going to be able to be a little bit more stable, a little bit more wider. So I'm going to build that, and I'm going to also build another one. The other one I built already with the pneumatic wheels. I don't know. I've loved the pneumatic wheels, but I've been going back to I put the 100mm MBS wheels, remember, and they are working out really good. It wasn't feeling as solid, but I think as the wheel sort of breaks in, as it smooths out a little bit, it's feeling really good. So today it felt really good. 100mm. I would say somewhere around 90mm at least. 100mm. I didn't really like the cloud wheel so much. 120mm. You'll lose a lot of. You lose a ton of. Torque. So that's why I've sort of went back to smaller wheels. I was trying the 97mm, the LED Iowa mods. And then I went to the MBS 100mm. I think that's a sweet spot because I feel like you have more control, whereas pneumatic wheels are great if you have a lot of potholes. If you're going to ride at night, it's going to be great if you're commuting. But if you really want to just like really race the road, you want to feel that, if you're just going on smooth concrete, I think street wheels are a way to go. I mean, that's why obviously downhill longboarders are still using street wheels. They're not using pneumatic wheels. I think you have that more control, somewhat. You can feel it, and yet the wheels are big enough. Every time I go over little small cobbles or little gravel, it just kicks it out. The wheel just literally kicks out, so you won't have problems with that. So yeah, the next one I'm gonna build, like I said, I'm gonna put. I might try the cloud wheels because I'm running out of. I don't have other 100mm wheels. But the NBA wheels are pretty good, so I feel like it. I would recommend anything 90mm or higher. Anything less, because you're going so much faster and also, you don't want to hit some piece of rock and just fall over. So I think 90 millimeters to 100 millimeters sweet spot. I'm gonna go ahead and maybe try the cloud wheels, maybe 6374, and see how that goes. But yeah, pretty good day. I just rode like for 20 miles. I mean, it's just a lot of good thigh workout. Now, one thing I can say about the double kingpin trucks on the Vestar, it's great for carving because you can do these super gnarly, super sharp turns, and that really helps you carve. So when I'm going uphill, especially, I do a lot of these super carves. Just turning and turning, and it just really works out your thighs. So I think there's, if you're gonna go double kingpin, it's more like you're not trying to go as fast as you can. You're just doing a lot of carving. I think that's good for that. I mean, you can still go fast, but if you absolutely want to just bomb hills, I think just regular trucks are the way to go, right? And then for ATR wheels, and double kingpin trucks, they're great for carving. That's a great combo. And then as far as the Meepo, my Meepo was that the M1, the small board. It just the wheels, just because it's hub, the wheels are just not as comfortable, and especially going fast. Like I was doing comparison today. When I go fast on the Meepo, because the board is so short, you start wobbling, even though I tighten up the trucks. So that's the thing with short boards. If you get a short board, don't go faster than like 20 miles per hour, because even if you tighten up the trucks, your board starts wobbling because there's simply not enough stability on a short board like that. So if you want to go faster than 20 miles per hour, you'll definitely want to go with a longer length. At least I'll recommend 36 inches. That's the Mad Max Mini, the Evo 36. It's a short longboard. That's the shortest I would go. And if you go any shorter, you just don't have you just don't have enough wood. If you don't have enough wood, you're simply not gonna have that stability. That's why longboards just always way more smoother. It absorbs a lot of the shock. Also, it's about absorbing a lot of that shock. When the longboards absorb a lot of that shock and stuff, when you go fast, it also keeps it much stable. So I just want to tell you my thoughts of today's ride. But yeah, interesting things. But I'm really excited. I'm gonna definitely build the next board. I gotta finish up the battery. I'll have the second part of building the battery on this new one, and you guys can. I still would recommend you guys buy the batteries, because I mean, I built the batteries and they work really good, but I mean, it does take a little bit of basic volts and stuff. You have to know basic principles of circuits. I mean, obviously learn to solder, and I mean, you need all the you need a spot weld and stuff. I mean, you can do it. I would actually recommend the DIY method. The problem with these commercial boards is that they've been designed to go through the BMS, so you're never going to be able to really maximize the battery output. For example, the Vestar or the Ownboard, they've been purposely limited, so it never goes up above the BMS. But that means you're not taking the full power of the battery pack. You're not taking the full power of the motors that's on it. So I'm going to eventually swap it out for Vesc, and I might modify the battery so it can bypass the BMS, because the BMS can be very dangerous. Like I had a video, if your BMS kicks in, then everything stops and you can potentially just fly off your board and face plant, which I did. That was like the first mistake I did when I built my own board, because I didn't understand it all. But now I understand it, because the Vesc will never do that. Vesc will always slow down the board. The board will still be on, but when your BMS goes off on your battery pack, everything shuts off and it just makes you fly off. So there's limits to what you get with the consumer boards. They've been designed to be safe along with the BMS, but you can simply bypass the BMS, Use an anti-spark switch, which will also protect you from spikes, voltage spikes, current spikes, and that is probably the best way. I mean, at this point, if you're gonna go fast, I do feel like the DIY method is actually safer, because you could do BMS bypass, you could set all the parameters. As long as you build it pretty solid, I think it's fine. But my battery packs, they've been holding up really well. I've had zero problems with it. BMS bypass, a lot of power, excellent batteries. The Samsung 40T 12S is the way to go. I'm also going to build a 12S 3P for my pneumatic wheels that I'm also going to build. So watch out for that. Sorry it got long. But I want to tell you my thoughts. Like I said, I mean, if you don't need to go super fast, you just need something commute for, that has very excellent range, very good price. I would say Ownboard, the bamboo are the way to go. Actually, one of my neighbors asked me, so I would recommend that. Get that first. Even me, I was, pretty good rider, skateboarding, snowboarding, whatever, since I was 6 years old or 7 years old. And when I first got my electric skateboard, it took a while for me to sort of transition. So it's not exactly the same. Just because you're good at skateboarding doesn't mean you're automatically going to become good at electric skateboarding, because you have the throttle, and now you're going at speeds way faster than your longboard would ever go, or your regular board would go. So there's different things to worry about. Safety also. So it's a different sport altogether. So even if you're experienced, you might want to take it slow. And that is why I would recommend something like Ownboard, or the Vestars, any of the longboards with the ATR wheels. I totally recommend the ATR wheels. You can get the cloud wheels too. Cloud wheels should be fine. Just don't go with super small wheels. Like Boosted has like 83 millimeters. That's like suicide for roads. It's just too small. When they designed it, they didn't think about the speeds we're going, and now all the boards they're like 90 millimeters or higher. The reason is that you're going at much higher speeds. If you hit rocks, you don't want to fall. You don't want your board to stop. So 90 millimeters. Usually, you're just gonna go through all kind of small rocks and whatnot. Anyway, have a great day. Let me know if you guys have any questions. But today I safely rode for 20 miles. Yeah, full throttle. Have a great day.